When John Gruden was the Monday Night Football analyst, his unusual style was part of his charm. And sometimes he didn't make sense, but he was amusing in the process. The content of his emails that have been revealed in recent reports are something entirely different. Nothing funny about what he said, cruel and ignorant stereotypes. And Gruden resigned as the Vegas Raiders head coach last night. He had been handed the keys to the franchise. That was a 10-year contract worth $100 million. He had as much leeway, autonomy as any coach in the league. And it's a pretty dramatic fall for a coach that has a Super Bowl ring and was once considered an offensive innovator. Also, you can look at the irony of he would have been doing Monday Night Football last night when these emails surfaced. And it broke during the game. Adam Schefter had to come on and say that John Gruden was resigning. Not fired, but resigning. And we'll deal with the semantics with Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk coming up in a little bit. Gruden's ugly emails saw the light of day because of a lawsuit involving workplace misconduct with the Washington football team. It revealed a culture of disrespect in this particular league circle, and Gruden has taken the fall this week, but it's a warning shot to others. You might like that old school football, but a certain kind of old school locker room speech has no place in today's sports world, and John Gruden pays the price. Here was John Gruden yesterday during his morning press conference.
I've learned a lot, and again, I'm not going to rehash the event again. I think I feel very good about the things I have learned. I also feel really good about what I stand for, as I said yesterday, and I'll be happy to talk about football, but I'll just leave it at that.
If you go back to Friday, John Gruden probably thought he weathered a storm. His team 3-1 going into a home game against the Bears. Probably thought, I'm going to be 4-1, and winning coaches don't get fired. I'll be able to survive this. I was told on Friday, late Friday afternoon, that this was a slow play. That's how it was framed by a source close to this. A slow play that there are other emails coming out. Now, my source didn't know the magnitude of those emails, but it focused on John Gruden. To which I responded in a text by saying, well, why is this about John Gruden and not the Washington football team? 650,000 emails are being viewed, and John Gruden, that information is coming out. And I'm going to talk to Mike Florio about this. Why were they leaked? I'm just curious about it. Just being fair to a situation. The stuff that's attached to John Gruden, you can't keep him employed. But what's going on with the NFL? It's their investigation. Who are they investigating? Because I thought this was about Daniel Snyder and the Washington football team. John Gruden's collateral damage here. And did he quit? Was he going to be fired? The NFL, I was told, could not fire him because this happened when he was an ESPN employee. Is there a settlement? Probably so, for John to walk off into the sunset. But what he said, you can't stand for that. I do think that John thought, if that's the worst thing that comes out, I say something about DeMaurice Smith, and I use a racial stereotype or trope about him, I can survive this. We're going to be 4-1. We'll move on. There'll be other things for people to talk about. And he was never able to survive that, stepping down last night. But we'll talk to Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. He's a lawyer, and I'm curious from his standpoint of how does this surface? How does this come out? What else is there? Because if this is just a couple of emails with John Gruden, and he's corresponding with somebody in the Washington football team organization. Is Jay Gruden, John's brother, who was the Washington football team, is he involved in this? Because I was told there's a lot of nervous people on the email trail. That was how it was phrased to me last night. I don't know if this is the start of a story or is it the conclusion of a story? Because the NFL doesn't look good in a situation like this. Not at all. And we haven't even gotten to Daniel Snyder. Because I'm thinking, Gruden said this. Did anybody else say anything? Anybody else on that email trail? But I was told there's some people should be nervous who are on the emails that exist in the Washington football team organization. But that's how this started. And there's 650,000 emails. And these are the ones that surfaced. And once again, I want to go back and say what John said is wrong, and he should have been fired. He's collateral damage. He got caught up in something. Is this a witch hunt? I don't know. But he did say it. And he was still representing the league, working on Monday Night Football with ESPN. Now, there's a time frame that's tricky, too, that when John was with the Raiders and you had an employee that he was corresponding with, Bruce Allen, he was still at the Washington football team. So that's under the NFL umbrella. If John had emails that were similar in sound and feel, then that might have been something that John, was not going to be able to escape with the league firing him. But there's a lot of things that are attached to this. But John Gruden couldn't escape this. And I think he thought, if I survive the weekend, we win the game. I apologize to DeMaurice Smith. Yeah, I may have said something in anger about the commissioner, but boy, did it get bad quickly when you realize that he was basically offending just about everybody. And Mark Davis had to fire him, or at least go in and say, John, I think you need to resign because you can't be a distraction. And Gruden was not a great coach. Okay, he's a character. And he's just over 500 for his career. I didn't think he did a good job with the Raiders, but he's owed $60 million. I was told last night by a source the NFL just gifted, that was the expression, gifted the Raiders and out with John Gruden. But, the Raiders can't back John Gruden because this is one of the more cultural, diversified organizations. If you go back to Al Davis, Mark Davis's father, and he's hiring minorities, African, American head coaches. You don't want to undo all those great moments, decades of you were ahead of the game. You were ahead of everybody there. Al Davis looked at everybody the same. He just wanted to win, baby. And I think Mark Davis, as his son, don't undo everything that your dad did. And that's why you have to get rid of John Gruden. But I couldn't help but think this is happening on Monday night, and John maybe would have still been in the booth on Monday Night Football when you have this breaking news.